It's quite shocking that I've been on YouTube for 11 years and not once have I talked about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, certainly not in any detail. This is without a doubt one of my favourite childhood films, and because I'm deeply devoted with my undying love to Tim Burton, I do prefer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But that's not to say that Willy Wonka is not something that is so exquisite, a little bit creepy, and I will always hold this close to my heart, and I will watch this film at any given opportunity. This was released in 1971, but it is a timeless classic, and it's directed by Mel Stuart, written actually by Roald Dahl. The screenplay was written by Roald Dahl, and stars the fantastic Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. And we also have Peter Ostrum as Charlie Bucket, and Jack Albertson as Grandpa Joe. Now, I'm going to assume that most people know the story of this, but just in case you don't, I will read the description from IMDb. And this says, a poor but hopeful boy seeks one of the 5 coveted golden tickets that will send him on a tour of Willy Wonka's mysterious chocolate factory. Willy Wonka has a chocolate factory, and I have to say, first of all, the set design is impeccable. It's absolutely insane. And I'm going to not compare this to the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one, but I just have to say, on most points, I think both are equally brilliant in terms of set design, music. There are a couple of songs in Charlie that are missing, which is a shame. Costumes, everything's fantastic across the board, so I'm not going to compare them in any detail. But the set design for this is beautiful, particularly when they're outside and, you know, they're licking the Snosbury wallpaper and scooping cream out of the mushrooms, and obviously the chocolate river design is just absolutely sensational. And of course, when we get to the factory, we have these different, all of the different children who are in the chocolate factory. We have Mike Teevee, Beauregarde, Veruca, Charlie Bucket, and Augustus Gloop. I think we have a really decent mix of kids there. We've always got Charlie Bucket, who is the catch-all poor kid, the boy next door. Veruca Salt, the spoiled brat. Violet Beauregarde, who is she's kind of like a bit of a tomboy diva. Mike Teevee, the technology addict, and Augustus Gloop, who will just eat his weight in sugar. They get picked off one by one, and I think that's really exciting. But I do have to say, watching them getting maimed and hurt, specifically, I think Augustus Gloop, his scene is very disturbing. There are a lot of disturbing aspects in this film. One of the other ones that really terrifies me even now is the scene with the bubbles, where they have to burp out the soda to get them stop them from being decapitated by the rotating fan. And I do find that really sinister. And the boat scene as well is just so unbelievably terrifying that as a child it made me really nervous. But I do really, really love it. And the soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. Favourite songs, I mean, I love them all, but Cheer Up Charlie and things like, and there's a scene, there's actually a song, I can't remember the name of it because I haven't heard it too much, but it's near the end. There are a couple of songs that just kind of, I can take or leave, but we obviously have fantastic songs like I've Got a Golden Ticket, Pure Imagination is so beautiful, I absolutely love it, and the Oompa Loompa song, I Want It Now, and The Candyman, which I love, and I really wish that had been in the remake. I really love that song a lot, and I think that scene in particular is great fun, and really embodies childhood innocence and the beauty of just, you know, minimal sweet intake, I think. You know, kids today get chocolate and sweets constantly, so there's no real joy of taking your pocket money into a sweet shop and getting a quart of lemon drops or whatever. There aren't really any other songs that I don't like. There are just some that I'm not too bothered about. I do think I Want It Now is one of the most powerful, and I absolutely adore it, and the choreography for that scene is fantastic, and I love Veruca's dress. It's so iconic. Honestly, I can't fault this film. I just think everything about it is insane. I love the look of the everlasting gobstoppers. I think they look beautiful. I really want a Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Mallow Delight. It makes me want chocolate. It's an absolutely fantastic film. And as I said, it will always hold a special place in my heart. there isn't anything about it that I don't like. I really do adore it. It is perfect. I know Roald Dahl had his own issues with the film, and it's generally surmised that he would prefer Tim Burton's version. But as a viewer, both as a child back in the day and as an adult today, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will always be iconic.